Hey, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing another comparison video. The Spectra S1 and the Sonata, the Medela, who knows, still don't know how we pronounce it, but yeah, so we're going to be doing a pump comparison video. I just wanted to kind of just fill you in on a little bit of something, but as you guys know, I'm not holding the right pump. The Medela Sonata is my favorite pump. I've used it all of my journey. I've been exclusively pumping now for over a year, and this thing has sustained a lot. This is my second like pump of this, but that was because the first one that I had, the battery was faulty. So Medela replaced it for free because it was still under warranty, and I did get this pump through insurance. So, you know, great customer service there altogether, but I actually haven't been using my Sonata that often. I've been using the Spectra S1. If you're kind of new to pumps and you're sort of like, what's the difference between the Spectra S1 and the Spectra S2, which is the pink one? The only difference is that this one is rechargeable. They're both offered through insurance, but I think this one you have to pay like an extra $100 or something for it. Anyway, so there really isn't a difference besides color, and this one is rechargeable. But I've actually been using this one, and I know in a lot of my videos I haven't really talked too much about the Spectra, and if I do bring it up, I've always kind of said that it didn't really work for me. I wasn't really in love with it, but I do recommend this pump, because a lot of people love it, a lot of people use it, and it's starting to become, I want to say like almost more used than some of the Medela pumps. So I am part of an exclusively pumping surrogate group on Facebook, and one of the ladies there was kind of like, you know, you should really like try the Spectra pump again, and have you tried these certain settings? If you don't follow me on Instagram, I will link it up here, but I do have a post on my stories where it's talking a little bit about the settings that I've used. Anyway, so I tried those settings, and I really like the Spectra. I've been using the Spectra a lot. I can pump for longer and not have any discomfort because it's so gentle. I do still feel like it takes me longer to pump, but I still can pump longer / get more milk because of how gentle it is, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to kind of like put that out there just so that, you know, if you guys who have been following me for a while, you're sort of like, wait, you know, when did she bring the Spectra into the picture? Like, that's just why. But I did want to just do a big thank you again to all of you guys who entered my giveaway. The winner did just receive her goodie box, and congratulations again to you. Super, super fun, and I'm so happy to be able to give back to you guys. Let's just jump into the comparison. I am going to start with the Medela Sonata. So as you guys know, I do have an unboxing, and I also have a review on this, which I will link both of those up above. But the one thing that I love about the Medela Sonata is that this pump is rechargeable. It's not charged right now, so I can't turn on the interface, but the interface is a complete touchscreen kind of interface. It is like buttons, but it feels more like a touchscreen, which is really nice and modern. I love the little handle here. The power button is back here, and the on button is also back here. And then there is one port here for the tubing. It does have a letdown mode and expression mode, which is great. This is also a closed system pump. You can hack this pump. I will link that video up above. So you can actually hack it so you can use either original Medela parts or whatever parts you want. The one thing that I do like about it is that it chimes. I don't, you know, like some people hate that, but you can actually turn that off with this button here. Like, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's like a little chime kind of button there. This does have the memory function, so wherever you kind of leave it, it does like start over, but it remembers kind of where you were on your expression mode, and then it also remembers where you left off on your letdown mode as well. Over here, this little squiggly line, which a lot of people are kind of like, what in the world is that? This is their they have two different vacuum kind of levels, so to speak. So their first level is the they call it like the Sonata level, and then the second level is just like the symphony pump level. A lot of people have said that they can't tell the difference between the levels. What I have to say about that is that there's something wrong with your pump or battery. I noticed that I couldn't tell a difference until I got a new battery in my pump / a whole new pump to begin with. I didn't notice it in the first version of the Medela Sonata that I had, and I think that was because something was wrong with it. So if you have a Sonata and you're like, I don't seem to notice any different, definitely call customer service and see if they can help you troubleshoot it, because you should notice a difference, because I do. It's not a lot, but there is a difference. Another thing is this pump is offered through insurance. It retails for, I think, $399. I'll have it linked here on the screen. But this is an upgrade option, and I think it was like $70 to $80 to upgrade. But that also depends on your insurance. But definitely check it out. I will link Aeroflow down below. They are a really great platform to get your pump through insurance. Okay. So, the Spectra S1, also rechargeable. This is the little screen here. It has the on button here, it has your cycle buttons over here, your vacuum level, a night light, and then this is expression and letdown mode button here. On the side it has the 12-volt outlet plug. Back here, this is for an extra bottle, which is actually really helpful. I kind of like that that's there. And then right here is the port for your tubing. And then there is a handle here, which is nice. This pump is huge. It's big. It's very big. It's hard to kind of travel with this pump, but this thing is durable, which is really nice. So this is kind of your LED screen. I do want to note that the LED screen is a lot easier to see than this one when you're outside. When I'm outside with the Medela Sonata, I can't even see any of the little clock or timer that it has, and I've actually mentioned that to Medela, and they're saying that they're working on that. But this screen, you can completely see this fine, and it's really nice that you have the night light too for at night. This pump is also very quiet. I feel like for noise level, they're both kind of the same. The one thing that I think makes this pump different from the Sonata is that there's more options on like what you want your cycle level, what you want your vacuum level. There's just a lot more that you can do with this pump, which I really like. I like that pretty much everybody should be able to find a cycle level and a vacuum level that works for them. I do want to say that it took me a really long time to find that, because I am a year past exclusively pumping, and I'm just picking up this pump and just figuring out what my cycle level was. I always had my cycle like low, and then my vacuum was always like super high because I was trying to get the milk out. But I found out that if your cycle level is lower and your vacuum level is like kind of in the middle range, you're more apt to get more milk. And I definitely check my Instagram for the like little tips and tricks thing that I have on the Spectra, because it's super, super helpful. So that's kind of like both, just like a little gist of what they both are. I'm just going to kind of like talk a little bit about both of them and just tell you like my thoughts and opinions on both of them together. One thing that I love about the Sonata is like the brand. I love the Medela brand. I can't really give you an answer as to why. I've just always loved the Medela brand. And I actually like the look of this pump. I like that it's smaller. I like that it's, you know, kind of round, and the handle is, I don't know, it's not as like easily accessible as the Spectra, but I just like that it's not so big and bulky. This pump is still big, but it's not as big and bulky as the Spectra. Like the Spectra is big. Like this pump is harder to find a bag for. The Sarah Wells bags do fit this pump very, very well, but pretty much any other bag the Spectra pump has kind of trouble fitting in. But I feel like both of these pumps are almost at a tie. The main thing that might come down to which one should you get is probably price point and personal preference and what stimulates you enough. I think for me, they both stimulate me almost equally. I do want to say that I think the Medela Sonata probably stimulates me a little bit more. I think that the Medela actually stimulates me just a little bit more. But I love that with the Spectra, it's super, super gentle and I can pump for longer periods of time and I really don't have any discomfort. I don't have any discomfort with the Medela Sonata, but I have found that if I pump for longer periods with that pump, I do start getting more of a discomfort. I think that the main difference of each pump is that the Spectra has a vibration to its suction, where the Medela Sonata, it's getting to a vibration, but it's still more of a kind of pull. And honestly, like, which one's going to be better for you, you're going to have to sort of decide that, like, because everybody's body gets stimulated differently. So if you can get your hands on either a Spectra or maybe a Medela pump-in style or a Medela freestyle, just something, or even a Sonata if you can find somebody local to you and maybe you could try it and see which one kind of stimulates you more. Obviously, if you're pregnant, you kind of can't really try pumps. So I think, you know, try your best to sort of see. I think the Spectra would be probably your best bet because it has so many options. So see if you can get this one through insurance and, you know, figure out, give yourself some time and really figure out the options. I would say give it like a good month to 2 months and really try and see if this pump is good at, you know, stimulating you and pulling milk out. If you find that that pump like isn't doing it for you and you're like still feeling full, you're still feeling hard, you're getting a lot of clogs or lumps, definitely try the Medela Sonata. Maybe you need different type of stimulation. Instead of a vibration, maybe you need more of a pull. So it's sort of hard to know like what your body is going to be stimulated by. If you don't have the financial funds to, you know, get a ton of pumps and like try all these pumps, I would definitely look into getting secondhand pumps. I don't think it's a problem. Both of these pumps are closed system. You can get them through insurance, like I said, but I think that if you find a pump, you know, either on the Facebook trading post or like there's that app that I always talk about, which I'll link down below, you can totally, you know, disinfect these pumps, buy new tubing, buy new parts, but you just have like the pump hub. I think that's totally fine as long as the owner says that no milk has gotten into the actual pump, and you can definitely tell if the pump has been, you know, not taken care of well. So, you know, definitely be cautious with that, but I think that it's totally doable. I've gotten a ton of pumps. This pump is actually secondhand. The lady only used it for like 2 hours. It has some like scratches and like a little dent over here. She said it actually came that way. It hasn't given me any problems, nothing. So I am totally all for getting something secondhand. I would just make sure that you get like either new parts or sterilize them really well, and definitely get new tubing. I would not sterilize the tubing, I would just get new tubing, because that kind of like, if milk ever got into there, that could be super moldy and yucky. Where parts are like a little easier to clean, but I know that like I kind of said that like, you know, they both are really good pumps, but they really are, and so I can't just like really pick one for you and kind of be like, this one you should get. And I do get a lot of comments on like, you know, which pump would, you know, help me best, and I love those comments because you guys give me like little snippets on like, you know, I like this, or I want this, or this is, you know, something about me that I want to be able to do. And sometimes it's easy for me to kind of pick and choose your options and then see which pump might be really useful for you. So I love those questions, so keep them coming, and definitely make sure you're following me on Instagram. And thank you so much again, you guys, for supporting my channel. It's been so much fun, and I have a lot more videos coming your way. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next.